Have you ever had some kind of a problem and you try to find the solution for that problem, big or small? You try and try and try and try, and there is nothing, and then you give up, you surrender, and all of a sudden the solution arises without you even doing anything. So, this was actually your higher self in action. And in this episode, I will explain you exactly how that works and exactly how to implement your higher self in solving any kind of problem. Any. So, because we live in the duality, every problem has solution. The problem exists only if there is a solution for that problem. Every disease can be healed, every situation can be resolved, and any problem can be solved. But in order to access that, in order to access the solution, we have to operate from our higher self, not from our ego, not from our mind, not from our little self without a little name, without our human approach. We have to operate from our higher self. And we actually do that unconsciously every day. Each person who is not even spiritual or doesn't know anything about the intuition and, different dimensions, everyone operates from our higher self from now and there unconsciously. The most simple example would be, for example, when you lose the keys to your car, when you are about to go outside, right, of your house. You remember it was on the table and you try to find it on the table and it is not there, and you seek your whole apartment. You blame everyone in your house for touching your keys, and you try to find it, and it is nowhere to be found. And you give up and you surrender, and exactly at that moment, something triggers you to check your pocket one more time, and you find your key. I'm sure something like that happened to all of us. So this was a simple example of how our higher self or higher consciousness, you can call it whatever you want, this is how it works. You can call it the subconscious mind. It's all the same. It's a different name for the same mechanism. So in order to understand it deeper, and in order to start having an access to higher self, we need to understand how actually life works, how actually human being operates in this three-dimensional reality. So human being has different layers of consciousness, let's say, and different layers of body. So in order to access that higher self, you need to understand how human being operates in this reality. So one way of operating in this reality is through using our ego, our mind, which is 90% of population, how operates. So this is operating through our opinion, through our thinking, and this is just operating automatically based on the conditioning we have since our childhood, since maybe even past lives, till this moment, the operating based on conditioning. But there is another way of operating which is more spontaneous, which is not automatic, and this is something that we had when we were children, when we had less conditioning, when we were more acting from inspiration rather than conditioning. Remember the last time you were inspired to do something creative. It doesn't have to be something like painting or writing music or lyrics, but being creative in life in general. So when you were acting from inspiration rather than from fear, this is called operating from your higher self. And the thing is, we can access to that consciously because we so far have been doing this thing wrong. We've been waiting for the inspiration to come. We've been waiting for something, in the external to happen until we start operating from the sense of security. But we actually can access to this modality even in the midst of chaos. So in order to achieve that, we have to stop our mind. Somehow, some way, we have to stop our mind. So with the example of finding the key to your car, when one gives up seeking the key that one lost, one has the access to this higher intelligence, which knows everything, and it knows everything about everything. So to access the higher intelligence, you have to surrender your mind. You have to give up your mind, your ego, your opinions, your thoughts. And when you do that, you will have the access to everything in life, to solutions to any kind of problem. So one of the simplest way to get out of your mind is to be present. And you can achieve that through meditation, etc., etc. But I want to give you one simple technique which doesn't require 40 minutes of meditation or anything like that. So what you do is you just notice your breathing. Just notice how you breathe. Don't try to make your mind quiet. Don't try to get out of your thoughts. Don't resist your mind. Just simply observe how in this moment you are breathing. Notice how the breath is going out of your mouth or your nose, and how it comes inside of you. Notice how your body moves as you breathe in and as you breathe out. So this is very simple. Anyone can do this. So at that exact moment you noticed that your mind got quiet for a little bit. So the trick is try to think of your solution, think of your problem rather, and immediately after thinking about your problem, start doing that practice, observing your breath, right here, right in this moment. And if you do it long enough, the solution to that problem will automatically arise in your mind, either in your mind or it will be reflected immediately in your three-dimensional reality. So if you want to learn more about how to achieve it more effectively, you can reach out to me always, or write in comment section any questions, and subscribe, and I will be explaining more in future episodes on how to increase your intuition and how to achieve the state of higher consciousness. See you in the next time.